So, time to do a video. This has been a fucking monstrous week. Pneumonia, pink eye, ear infection. But the voice is finally back. I don't feel like shit anymore. So let's talk about the Mason. Give a couple away. What's about that? Let's get at it. Alright, so let's talk about the Mason 24. Also comes in a 30 and a 40. The build deck's pretty well the same on the 24 and the 30, other than you got more room. But let's start out with vape. We've got a .31 build at 158 watts on a Relo DNA 200. We are vaping Inora from Vapergate. Kind of tastes like a red Pop Rocks. It's fucking good juice, really good juice. I actually want to comment on a couple of their other juices. I've kind of gone through several. They're actually discontinuing this Hori cheesecake. This shit is amazing. It's I know he said there's no citrus in this, but it's like it's got some citrus notes to it that I noticed that I fucking loved. There was another one that I wanted to bring up. Oh, the one, yes. I used to vape a juice all the time called Frost Blossom, and it was it just had several different citrus notes. This actually reminds me of this a lot, except for it's a lot higher VG. It's really sweet. It's not like a menthol. It's not like a cool type of thing. It's just a really nice citrus vape, and I've been enjoying the shit out of it. But the Inora Mason 24, 158 watts, .31. Nice. Got the airflow. You know, I'll show it to you up close. I got the airflow only about a quarter of the way open. Man, this dude screams. So, some might say, kind of a basic addy, don't you think? Yeah, I do think so. But there's so many things out there that's got twisted cyclonic vortex on top of the vortex that jerks off a vortex before it spins in the third coronic sphere and melds through the space-time continuum, and then it cools itself through a fucking turbocharger in the mouthpiece and then out to your face, and it's the most amazing vape in the world. Yeah. Innovation for the sake of innovation is not innovation. Let's get another drip here. Actually, we should have dripped it a little bit earlier. Let's get a little dry. Big, huge fucking wide bore there, or wide bore. Chuff cap. And, yeah. I mean, simple can be done right. And I kind of think that's the whole point of this RDA. You know, we've got top airflow, bottom airflow, side airflow. We've got, you know, staged effects of the 2 or 3, or, you know, how many ways can we figure out how to put air over a coil just to send some vapor up that pipe? And it's getting a bit silly. And, you know, I think the purpose of this RDA was to do simple right. So, you know, to kind of talk about some of the things that it doesn't do. Well, it doesn't have top airflow. It doesn't have bottom airflow. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't in any way advertise that it's going to create that cyclonic effect where it's going to sit and let your vapor spin on itself and spin and spin and spin and marinate and get, you know, better and better and better as it sits there and spins. It's just got a great little airflow system that's simple, that's infinitely adjustable, that does a great job, and its build quality is second to none. That's the Mason 24, 30, all the way to the 40. 40 is a little different, and then they did get a little tricky on the post X, but we'll go up close on that one. So another vape. So, you know, I've already recorded this yesterday, but I decided, one, I was still a little too sick. I wasn't quite where I needed to be on it. And I did a lot of up close for it, but I don't necessarily think it needs a lot of up close. So I'm just gonna, because it's not extremely, it's not overly complicated. It's pretty simple. You know, no, I didn't mean for that actually to happen. But first I'll show you the airflow system. It's a staged 3-tier type system. So you see you got 3 tiers there. From the top to the middle to the bottom. What that does is you can go closed, open a little, see the bottom opening, now we see the next row opening, and wide open all the way. Closed, bottom, middle, closed. Now I'll be honest with you, you guys know I'm an airflow whore. I use this dude about right there. More than ample for me, but you can go literal free breathing with this dude. Vapor throat. You can literally go free breathing with this dude. What'll excite a lot of people on this one's going to be the price point. Knowing the margins on this one, I think that you'll see this dude in vape shops, like retail for 40 bucks. Could be less. 40, 45 bucks. I think you might even see these things online approaching 30. Because I know, you know, I kind of got an idea of how some online vendors work their margins out. I mean, these guys built literally, you know, best in class. The heaviness of the stainless steel, how deep the engravings are, and the top-notch engravings. Absolutely no burn and any of that stuff you see in kind of the cheap stuff out there. So I got to comparing this to other atomizers, kind of in the $40 range. The thickness of the metal, how light it is, how light, not this one, how light the things felt. Like I'm talking about haze or, and this is even heavier than the Alliance stuff. I mean, it's just beefy. It's really thick stuff. It's really, you know, it's like indestructible type feel stuff. And to see this level of craftsmanship, of quality, of I can't think of a word for heavy metal. You know, this is just fucking anthrax. There we go. It's just fucking anthrax. It's built like a fucking brick shithouse. Appropriate. Because it's got the Mason theme up at the top. The brick Mason theme. That's kind of what that is up at the top. Now, when I first saw the pictures, I thought that may have something to do with some new crazy, amazing top airflow system combined with direct airflow. So direct and indirect airflow. Was I wrong? I'm glad I'm wrong. Because, man, it just performs so great, being simple at what it does. Now, we'll talk about, it's not just a simple 4-post deck, you know, make a thick top cap. Sell that fucker cheap. It's not that. There was a lot of thought you can tell that went into this. Let's take another vape. Yeah, still a little bit. Nice. So the build deck. My favorite, I call it the 3/4, some call it something else. Build deck. Now I'm going to show you a built one and an unbuilt one. It's just your standard, you know, 4-post type situation, but it's on a 3-post. It's a 3-post build. Dual center post, of course. Now what you have in the middle is you actually have a square center post set in a peak insulator. So that fucker's not going to spin. And, you know, I'm talking to you, a lot of damn atomizers out there with a spinny center post. I hate that more than just about anything in a dripper. It was when my center post spins. Let me get a fresh one, and we'll talk more about that. Be right back. So I'm using the 30 here, got it on a Nemesis just kind of for presentation purposes. The something that they did on these negative channels is they actually carved around and up under them to allow for more room for a wick, so you're not fighting that corner whenever you're putting a coil in, or changing your cotton out, or putting new cotton in, want to put more cotton in. Nice deep well. I mean, you guys can see that and on the 24 it's equally as deep. It's just well done. You know, that center post is, again, it's a square post in a square hole, so it's not going to spin. The extra thought given to that for me is a win. And again, this is all about simplicity and price point, and build quality at price point. Them center screws, they don't pop and jump back out at you. You know, they just do what they're supposed to do. They screw into the fucking thing and lock and trap the wire. So the 40 is literally all of the exact same features, except for, look at that, 2 extra negative screws. You can really see how they shaved up under that negative post there. I mean, imagine the build combinations you could do with something like this. I'm not even going to try to get started. You know, I've put 4 or 5 different builds on this. I've did a dual, I've did a quad, I've did a, and that's as far as I'm going. I've did high builds, low builds, and for me, what I enjoyed the best was just a dual coil build, but a shit ton of cotton. I mean, I was able to fit a metric ton of cotton, and actually, what I did is actually created a bed underneath a dual coil, under each dual coil. And I know some people say, you know, there's not going to get up under and get and fire up. But I did kind of a low build, kind of on a little individual bed of cotton on each side. And man, it vaped so well. I mean, it was so much better than the quad build that I did. But I mean, 16 coils on this, no problem, I'm sure. 8 coils on this would be super easy. Quad coils on this is pretty well standard. You know, I was probably underbuilding it in a dual coil setup. I just preferred the dual over quad. I've never really gotten into the quad build. You know, basic, the same, everything else. You know, it's built like a fucking brick shithouse with the continuous airflow system. I can't get a grip on it. Got some juice on it. So that's kind of all. I think it's all the up close I care to do on that. Each one of them does come with the you can if you're familiar with the fog wind stuff, the Alliance stuff, I've actually got a Delrin insert there that threads in, and the mouthpiece does not actually have an O-ring. It comes with a metal one, and it comes with a Delrin one, and they work great. So really, you know, simplicity, heavy, well built, nice anthrax. It's good anthrax. Just a fucking well built atomizer, and the price point again. It's kind of where it's at for the quality of the build. So that's pretty well what I got on the device itself, and we're going to give a few of them away. So let's have another vape. Same setup. Lost 10th of a watt. So we're going to give 4 of these away. We're going to start with 2 in this video. I'm going to give them away a week from today. Today is Thursday, March the 10th. I'm giving away a week from today. We're going to draw the names on the Nomad show that I do every Thursday with Adam Miller. And so there are 2 ways to win. We're going to do we'll do a 24 and a 30 in this video. No, 24 and 40. Let's do that. To win the 24, I'm on my Facebook page. Just give it a visit. I'll drop a link to the actual thread in the description. All you have to do is like the manufacturer's page, and that's Vapergate. Like their Facebook page, which I have links to all this in that. Like their Facebook page and join their public group. That's it. That'll get you the 24. I put a thread up on my Facebook where I'll link that you just post proof of request to join the group, Juice Lords. And what we'll do is we'll put the names in a randomizer on next Thursday, and we'll draw, give one away. Next one's a little more personal to me. So, you know, I buy a lot of stuff online, and I have to. You know, my local shops, there's no way they can keep up with the amount of stuff that I have to get to keep content on my channel. But, you know, if you ever need your local vape shop and you have a good one, you know, we're not all fortunate as I am to have really good local shops and really great local vendors. But if you're lucky enough to have one, it's good to every once in a while go in and support them, buy something from them. So all I got to do to win the 40. And I've only had 2 people actually already, when I posted this up yesterday, send me this. All you gotta do is go buy something from your local vape shop. Take a picture of it with your receipt and send it to me via PM on Facebook. And that could win you the 40. Same way, we'll put the names in a randomizer over on the Nomad Show on Thursday of next week. And that's it. So one more vape, and I'm so glad to kind of almost be over the crud. But if you get time, join us tonight on the Nomad Show. If not, see you again next time.